Chapter 18. The projection, date 1878. The lights dimmed. A hiss of steam escaped from the chateau's radiator pipes were the only sound. On command from Charles, the small black cylinder silently moved from standby to operational. Alex sat still. So did the others. Baron von Heller was rigid, gloved hands folded in his lap. Sir Edward Harrow leaned back, jaw set, eyes narrowed as if daring the cylinder to impress him. Lady Eleanor, immaculately composed, held Victoria's sealed envelope on her knee like a talisman.
Sequence commencing, archive integrity, stable, initial segment, Western Front, 1916, stand by.
The blue-white light reached out from the lens, flooding the magic lantern screen. Then the screen came alive.
Mud, smoke, the world swallowed in gray. Men with sunken faces huddled in trenches, shivering behind rusted barbed wire. Rats scurried between boots. A whistle blew. They went over the top. Shell fire, screams, limbs. A boy with no helmet reached for something and vanished in the plume of a mortar. Von Heller blinked. Sir Edward's mouth tightened. Lady Eleanor closed her eyes just for a moment. This is the result of pride, of mobilization without imagination. 1,000,000 dead for a mile of mud. Scene after scene followed. Aerial dogfights in black and white, trenches filled with water and rot, gas masks hanging off corpses. Then came color, the Blitz. London burned from above, fires dancing in cathedral shadows, sirens wailing as bombs tore through Victorian brickwork. A wall of flame devoured a terrace street. Harrow looked away. Charles didn't stop. Second war, 30 years after the first, started by unresolved grievance and greed, mechanized, industrial, efficient. Then it got worse. Auschwitz. The footage didn't linger. It didn't have to. The skeletal eyes of the dead looked directly at them, flickering on the wall like ghosts. Freight cars, showers, shoes in piles, smoke rising. Von Heller stood up but didn't leave. Charles's voice remained calm. 6 million lives. A mechanized theology of extermination, made possible by indifference and invention. Then the atomic flash. Hiroshima bloomed like a flower of fire. The room washed white. Von Heller raised a hand to his face. Lady Eleanor reached for a nearby candle, extinguished by the blast's mimic light. Then came the 20th century's endless bleed. Helicopters over Vietnam, firestorms rolling across jungle, black taxis ablaze in Belfast, children in Sarajevo ducking snipers, towers falling in smoke over New York.
Retaliation will be total.
Cut to Trump at a rally, shouting over chants, dismissing warnings as fake fear. Then, missiles being raised, primed, submarines beneath the Arctic ice, opening hatches, world leaders blinking under red-lit bunkers. This is the last chapter. Nobody wins. There is no after this. The screen faded to black. The room was silent. Gaslight flickered again. Nobody moved. Baron von Heller's knuckles were white on the chair's armrest. Sir Edward sat forward, hands steepled over his mouth. Lady Eleanor's eyes remained fixed on the empty screen, unreadable. Well, anyone still in favor of an arms race? No one laughed. No one spoke for a full minute. The playback cylinder sat silent, its lens dark. A coal hissed in the grate.
Sir Edward Harrow was the first to move. He reached for his glass, hands trembling just enough to betray it, and sipped brandy like a man washing out the taste of blood.
Von Heller remained standing, not pacing, just rigid, a man sculpted in doubt.
Lady Eleanor Cavendish sat composed, but her posture was no longer regal. She had gone still in that way that meant thinking, not listening.
They built all of that in less than half a century?
Alex didn't answer.
Yes, and burned it down just as fast, twice.
We? My country? Did we do this?
No, Alex said. All of us did. Britain, Germany, Russia, America, Japan, France, even your colonies. Each piece one more spark in the kindling.
We can't be held responsible for what hasn't happened.
No, Lady Eleanor said, her voice soft but steady, but we can be responsible for whether it does. She didn't blink. I believe what I saw, and I believe I've just watched the consequences of arrogance dressed as policy.
Well put, Charles muttered. Bit late, but well put.
How do we know this isn't propaganda, a fabrication?
Alex gestured to the sealed playback case. That projector wasn't made in your world. You don't have the tools, the materials, or the maths. Ask your engineers, they'll confirm it.
And if you don't trust them, Charles added, wait 30 years and watch it all happen anyway.
The wars, he murmured. They begin here.
No, said Alex. They begin here. He tapped his temple, and here. He touched his chest. When pride outruns reason. When empires are more concerned with winning than surviving.
Then what would you have us do? Surrender?
Alex shook his head. No. Reconsider. Stop measuring power in steel tonnage and start measuring it in consequence. If Britain and Germany race to dominate, everything burns. But if you cooperate, if you work together...
You might live long enough, Charles interrupted, to be disappointed by your grandchildren instead of vaporized by them.
Let's say we believe it, she said. Let's say we act. How do you stop the machine once it begins to build itself?
Alex hesitated. You don't, he said. But you can slow it, steer it, create friction, agreements, understandings, councils, shared projects, naval parity, something...
Von Heller folded his arms. Bismarck will want proof.
He'll have it, said Lady Eleanor. I'll speak with the Queen. If she backs this, Parliament may listen, if only for fear of what it will cost them if they don't.
Harrow's voice was cold. And if Germany plays us? If this is all prelude to a new kind of conquest, one we help them prepare for?
Von Heller looked him squarely in the eye. Then you'll be just as guilty for letting it happen as we would be for doing it.
The room fell silent again.
Then Eleanor rose. I believe, she said, that Her Majesty will want to see this for herself. She looked at Alex. Can it be done?
Alex nodded slowly. I can show the footage once.
But be quick, Charles warned, because this clock isn't ticking from now, it's ticking from then, and every moment you hesitate, it resets.
Von Heller stepped forward, extended his hand to Alex. Baron Klaus von Heller, he said formally. I will carry your words to Berlin. If they're wise, they may even listen.
Alex took his hand. Let's hope they do. The world can't survive what's coming twice.